is the day the journey has led to. The climax of courage, clarity, and conviction. The journey of weeks now comes to its destined end. We've witnessed the rise and fall of voices, the clash of convictions, the test of wit and will from dozens of contenders, culminating in 16 of the very best of them. Only 4 remain, each etched into the story of this season. Nigeria. Yes, indeed, the journey began with many narrowed through the storms of the round of 16, the heat of the quarterfinals, and the fire of the semifinals. Tonight, before the final crown is claimed, 2 contenders return to the arena, not in defeat, but in pursuit of glory.
Indeed. For them, this is no consolation. This is a battle for honor, for pride, and for the right to stand tall as one of the finest minds of this tournament. To come this far is no accident. It is the mark of brilliance, resilience, and an unyielding spirit.
Indeed, every point they make today would be a reminder of why they reached these heights. Every rebuttal will be proof of the fire that carried them through the toughest of battles. This duel may not be for the crown, but it is for respect. And respect lasts forever.
Well, third place is not just a title, it's a testament. It says, I came, I fought, and I left my mark. In this clash, hesitation will cost everything, and precision will carve a place in history.
But before this bronze battle begins, we salute the guardians of fairness from the very beginning. Our judges. Dr. Ojochegbe is our chief judge. He's the head of the Department for Mass Communication and Strategic Communication Programs at the School of Media and Communication, Pan Atlantic University. Welcome, Judge Ojochegbe, who I hear has been in transit today outside the country. We do hope you are in your destination and you've settled in. International travel wasn't going to stop Ojochegbe. I guess you'll catch him on our live stream in just a bit. Also, live on screen already is Ufoma Egbamuno, News Manager, Nigeria Info, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Kids FM, and an all-round great guy. Yvonne Haifo is in the studio with me, broadcast journalist, newscaster, program presenter, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, sometimes on Cool FM, anywhere it goes. I'm not sure she'll try Wazobia FM though, but we'll see.
She just might.
We'll see. Sir Dr. Ikechi Wogu, an education consultant. And of course, Chief Judge of our Port Harcourt Regional Finals. He's been awesome all through this tournament, and he joins this final. We also have the distinct pleasure of having live with us in the studio today. We always try where we can to have one of the judges, if not the chief judge, but one of the judges be with us in the live studio. Judge Majid Dahiru, Abuja judge, who is an analyst, a writer, a social commentator, a voice of reason and conscience, and all the other things, columnists, name it, futurists, all-round great guy, is also live in the studio with us for this final. Welcome, Judge Maryann.
Yes, it is a very interesting day for me. I'm super excited. I don't know what to do.
Me too.
Anyway, once more, we'd like to appreciate our partners. We want to say you guys are the best. I mean, in anything. We want to say thank you to Obi-Weezy for all the gadgets, for supporting us. Massey Children's Hospital for being on hand to take care of the kids for us. Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited for flying everyone to and fro. We can never, ever replace you. Thank you so much. We also want to say thank you to Ejamla Foods for feeding these kids and making sure that they are ready for every single competition. And Chrisland Schools, thank you for housing us for as long as you have.
And thank you to Maryann's landlady, whom I hear has decided to feed all the contestants in this final extra. I hope gluttony will not become a thing, because everybody will be eating double portion. Yeah.
Her name is Eme Okeke.
Aha. Madam?
Eme.
Okeke. Okay, thank you very much. We applaud you. And I want to know what's on the menu in just a bit. Maryann.
Yes.
Big day. 2 voices.
I know.
1 final duel for the bronze.
Absolutely. The arena waits. The clash begins. And the brilliance will decide who claims the 3rd place crown.
And all together now, this, Maryann, is I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions. 3rd place match, everyone. Soon the bronze battle begins. Majesty and Ifeoluwa return not as fallen, but as fighters. Determined to seize redemption, to etch their names on the podium, and to leave this stage in glory. Then afterwards, destiny unveils its crown. Akinloluwa, the champion of forward-looking creative promise, facing God's goodness, the guardian of humanity's timeless touch. One will rise, one will bow, and a new champion will be born. It's drama, Nigeria. It's destiny. And the defining duel of the season, the grand finale, has arrived. And it starts right here with this 3rd place battle between these two. You'll meet them in just a bit.
Yeah.
Let's play you this one more time.
It all comes down to this: the clash of brilliance, the roar of conviction, and the fire of words. This Thursday at 3 p.m, the battle for honor unfolds. Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe takes on Ifeoluwa Olaiya in the 3rd place showdown on the timeless question, life has no meaning without religion. But the real storm breaks at 4 p.m. The grand finale, Ignite. Olaiya Akinloluwa faces God's goodness Kokwete on the fiery topic, Nigeria's democracy has failed. And then at 5 p.m, their voices rise again, shaping history itself as they deliver their final blows on the immortal theme, legacy. This is not just a debate. This is the final of all finals. This is where champions are made and legends are crowned. Season 8 of I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament, the champion of champions will be revealed. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back. Special thanks to Obi-Weezy, Chrisland Schools, Diamonds and Pearls, Majesty Children's Hospital, Lekki Conservation Center, and of course, Card Center. Oh, by the way, Obi-Weezy is ensuring these contestants go home with interesting prizes. Aside their prize monies, whoever wins this first debate will go home with a Green Lion Adventure smartwatch. It's a bit of a masterpiece. I've seen it. It's green colored, and really, this is a high-end wristwatch. And in the final, whoever loses that battle, in addition to the prize money, will go home with a Green Lion Solar Echo ANC and also a Green Lion Carlos Santos smartwatch. The winner will not only take home the cash prize, he'll also go home with a Redmi A3X 3 plus 64 gigabyte mobile phone. Interesting, isn't it? I can't wait. So,
Yes.
Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Nigeria, the whole world. Thank you for joining this broadcast. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, we are. And you can join the conversation on all our Nigeria Info FM stations across the country. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. And you can also join us on Kids FM, Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. You could also tell us what you're thinking while we're having the conversations and the debate is ongoing on WhatsApp. You could join the conversation on 0809 5975 805. That's 0809 5975 805. On X, use the hashtag IBTD.
Let's meet the contestants from Lagos. Champion of the second Lagos Regional Final. Recent graduate of Wellspring College. She's only 16. Nigeria, the whole world, welcome to Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Lagos. How are you doing? Speak up, darling. Welcome to the third place final. Brilliant girl. How did she get here? She defeated Clifford Mary. That's Clifford Mary Jane Oluwatoyosi by 97 to 85 points in the round of 16. The topic was structured classroom learnings more beneficial than apprenticeship programs. She defeated Oma Benedi Excel by 128 to 122 points on the topic genetically modified foods should be banned in Nigeria. That's in round 2. In the quarterfinal, she defeated Tayo Akinwande Marvelous by 127 to 126.5 points on the topic Nigeria should erase the memory of the Civil War to move forward. That was one of our most brilliant debates thus far. Took her to the semi-final where finally she tasted defeat for the very first time and is here. Welcome once again, Ifeoluwa Olaiya. Her opponent is from Abuja, all the way from Government Day Secondary School, Karu, Abuja. I repeat, Government Day Secondary School, Karu, Abuja. 15-year-old SS3 student, Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe. How are you, Majesty?
I'm very fine, thank you, sir.
I love your optimism, always. Welcome to the third place final. In the round of 16 battle, Majesty defeated Ifeoluwa by 130 to 66 points on the topic modern students are being over-tested. In the round of 12, second round, he defeated Chukwere Masi Ruth by 128.5 to 115.5. The topic on that occasion was the Nigerian academic curriculum is adequately preparing students for the future. In the quarterfinal, he defeated Abu Francis Helen Ebo by 127 to 126, the slimmest of margins. Topic: Nigeria's lawmakers are overpaid for the work they do. He mounted a stout defense for the lawmakers, and then he stumbled like Ifeoluwa in the quarterfinal, in the semi-finals. Well, before the crown is claimed, this final contest demands its due. It's a battle not for gold, but for honor, for redemption, for a place forever etched in this season's story. It's the third place final, and it carries its own weight of pride and power. The stage now opens on a question as old as humanity itself. Does life have meaning without religion? For centuries, philosophers, prophets, and poets have wrestled with this truth. Some insisting that faith is the flame that lights existence, others declaring that life itself is rich with purpose beyond belief. And into this timeless crossfire step our two contenders, Ifeoluwa and Majesty. Voices that came so close to the grand finale, yet now return with fire still burning. One will argue for faith as life's compass, the other for meaning beyond the sacred. Both fight not only for bronze, but for dignity, for legacy, for the right to depart this tournament in glory. Don't consider it a consolation prize. It is indeed a crucible of conviction where there's still everything to fight for. So, who is defending the motion? Ifeoluwa, you are the motion supporter. You are the proposition. And so Majesty is the opposition. I must remind you, it's a delicate topic on religion. I must remind you that both these youngsters have made abundantly clear to us that they are both youngsters of faith, strong faith. So do not mistake the defense or the opposition to the topic as atheism or a lack of faith. It's a debate topic, and somebody has to debate in the opposition. So we'll focus on that. Piercing to the heart, the very heart of our existence, is this question: does life have meaning without religion? Maryann,
All right.
let us start this debate.
Okay, we'll start with the motion supporter. As usual, you all know you have 4 minutes each for the first 2 rounds, and the last round you have 3 minutes. And so we go. Ifeoluwa, are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
Ravi Zacharias once said that if there is no ultimate power, then life is utterly meaningless. I'm Ifeoluwa, Olaiya, and I firmly support the motion which states that life has no meaning without religion. To begin with, the anchor of the infinite. Lighting a candle, whispering a hope, bowing in prayer. These are threads that weave the finite human life to the infinite. From the Buddhist monk's chant to the Muslim fajr, these ritualized cadences of faith help to give people life satisfaction and endurance. A 2020 Harvard study found that people that undergo structured spiritual practice tend to have a deeper sense of meaning, even in chronic stress, than those that are under secular control. Secondly, moral architecture. Consider the quiet choices that define us. A child that refuses to cheat, a neighbor that returns a lost wallet. These are moral crucibles. A 2022 Cambridge study found that religion is linked to greater honesty, charitable giving, and even moral resilience, an unseen character trait. Religion helps to frame our moral architecture and our moral framework. Furthermore, existential security. When a mother hovers beside her sick child, faith becomes her comfort and lifeline. Viktor Frankl, a survivor of the Holocaust, said that meaning rooted in faith provides endurance even in extreme suffering. A 2023 Oxford study found that religious individuals undergo lower rates of depression and suicide than those that are under secular coping mechanisms. This shows that faith provides the existential certainty that life has a divinely meaningful order. Furthermore, universal community. Religion bridges age, class, and generation. A 2022 Johns Hopkins study found that religion fosters social cohesion and intergenerational support. Religion provides a rhythm that allows societies to link the past, present, and future. Furthermore, legacy and afterlife. Humans strive in seek permanence, but secular achievements like art, monuments, and literature are fleeting. Religion helps to shape these efforts and weave these efforts into eternity. Pharaohs didn't build pyramids for the glory of it alone. No, they built it for monuments, for memorials, for monuments, for endowments. This way, religion fosters meaning to our legacies that extend beyond death. Furthermore, the teleology of duty, feeding a neighbor, tending a garden, writing a letter. These are mundane acts that become heroic through faith. Religion helps to confer lasting significance on certain things that we do on earth. It confers lasting significance. It gives it compelling effort, even absent recognition and award. Only religion can make people be moved to do duties that they would normally do, and it gives them a sense of absent recognition for it that no secular incentive can provide. Furthermore, the language of hope. Hope is fragile, but religion makes it eternal. From parents praying over their children to churches singing even in the midst of trials, religion gives people a sense of hope that no other secular structure can provide. A Pew Research survey across multiple religions found that over 80% of respondents said that religion gave them hope even in the midst of extreme trials, keeping their spirits alive even when most secular coping mechanism or even when circumstances threaten to extinguish their light. Furthermore, the dignity of the weak. Consider the marginalized, the homeless, the poor, the weak. Religion helps to sanctify them, and it gives them intrinsic worth that no societal approval, no wealth, or no strength can go against. From abolitionist movements to humanitarian campaigns or charitable giving, religion not only protects these marginalized people, it sanctifies them, it empowers them. Furthermore, the guardian against nihilism. From festivals to communal prayers, these are existential scaffolding. But in societies where religious activities are at a decline, we have higher rates of suicide, substance abuse, and even existential despair. But religion provides an architecture that keeps this despair at bay. It prevents people from drifting and ensures that these people actually have hope. It boosts their resilience and endurance. Furthermore, sacrifice as sacred. Fasting, almsgiving, and volunteering, these are acts that are often overlooked by society, but they become sacred through religion. Psychologists found that religion boosts resilience and endurance. Secular altruism might motivate, yes, but its rewards are often contingent and fleeting. But religion makes our efforts, our sacrifices that we make on earth to have a deeper meaning, even into the infinite. Furthermore, religious communities grow faster in countries like Niger, India, and various other societies. Those that are religious often have a higher rate of growth than those that are not religious, and we've seen the NPI index shows that countries like Niger have over 6.9% population growth in just a few periods of time, while those that are not religious have lower rates of growth. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Those are the opening salvos of a fiery contest that's unfolding before our very eyes. You just heard Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College propose the motion, supporting the motion that life has no meaning without religion. On the shoulders of young Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe of Government Day Secondary School, Karu, Abuja, now rests the duty to oppose that motion. The young lad is chaperoned by his mom, Mrs. Sarah Joseph, by the way.
Yeah. Are you ready, Majesty?
Yes, ma'am.
Your 4 minutes starts now.
I stand before you today as a devoted Christian who treasures faith deeply. Yet, in the spirit of intellectual courage, I debate against the notion that life is meaningless without religion, because truth must be explored and reason must dance with conviction. If life was truly meaninless without religion, then the smile of an atheist child is meaningless, the cure of a disease is meaninless, and the fight for freedom is meaningless. Honorable judges, if this is true, then meaning itself has lost its meaning. All protocol duly observed, I argued against the motion with the following points. First of all, non-religious people show high life satisfaction. According to a Pew Research Center study of 2021, 63% of people who identify as atheists describe their lives as very happy. This is nearly identical to the 65% among religious groups. If life was truly meaningless without religion, shouldn't this number show a drastic difference? But they do not. Meaning is not centered only on religion, but also in living. Furthermore, the humanitarian heroes. The Bill Gates Foundation, founded by a man not known for his religious fervor, commits heavily to charity work with over $77.6 billion in grants, according to the Gates Foundation annual report. The same goes for Warren Buffett. These modern-day good Samaritans do not need scriptures to save. Their meaning lies not in their religion, but in measurable impact. In addition, let us also consider the Nigerian paradox, where faith meets frustration. According to the NBS, 95% of Nigerians identify as religious, yet we rank very low in global happiness rankings. Countries like Sweden and Finland, they have declining religious adherence, but they climb happiness rankings. Our people shout hallelujah, yet their happiness levels tell a different story. If religious devotion was truly assured meaning, then this will not be the case. Let me also remind you about the artistic soul, where beauty is its own religion. From the sounds of Fela Kuti to the contemporary genius Burna Boy, these people created their own meaning from their imagination. When a young child on the streets of Lagos listens to Kofi Battles or Femi and the gang speaking on radio and picks up a mic, is that not sacred? Does not check your theological credentials before touching souls. I brought various languages, cultures, and beliefs. Moving forward, human achievement gives life purpose beyond religion. Stephen Hawking, one of history's greatest minds, once said, "We all make our own purpose, and we should do our best to make it worthwhile." Despite not holding religious beliefs, his works greatly shaped how humanity views the cosmos. When Aliko Dangote built Africa's largest refinery, when Jonas Salk discovered the polio vaccine and refused to patent it, meaning did not lie in religion. It was shown through human achievement and compassion. In the same vein, shared humanity defines purpose beyond religion. When disaster strikes, a flood in Pakistan, an earthquake in Japan, or an Ebola outbreak in Nigeria, aid workers from different backgrounds rush to help. Doctors Without Borders in 2024 reported that 43% of international volunteers are non-religious people, yet these brave souls risk everything to save children at the darkest corners of Gaza. In these moments, people are not defined by creed, but by compassion, and that is meaning in its purest form. Also, the universal awe of nature. Stand on the Lekki Conservation Center canopy and tell me that your heart does not skip a beat. Gaze at the starry skies and deny the awe that fills your soul. The 80s climber who conquers Mount Everest, the secular environmentalists who protect the Earth's majesty, are their lives meaningless simply because they did not kneel in churches? No, they find their own meaning in nature, in beauty, in wonder. Here is the most revolutionary truth of all. Love gives life meaning beyond religion. What is life without love? The love between a mother and a child, a doctor seeing his patient recover. Even the Bible in John 15 verse 13 says, "Greater love has no man than this, for a man to lay down his life for his friend." Sacrificial love gives life meaning beyond religion. In conclusion, yes, I acknowledge that religion centers our hope on eternal life, because without religion, life after death will be chaos. But those who live without religion here on this earth still live meaningful lives. They find their own meaning through purpose, through achievement, and many other factors. For these reasons, I unapologetically oppose this motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What an opening round between Ifeoluwa and Majesty Joseph. 15-year-old Majesty Joseph Wellspring College, Lagos, give us an equally awesome opening. We'll take a break.
Yes, and when we do come back, we will go into the rebuttals. I cannot wait to hear what these kids have to say. Stay with us.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Obiwizi, Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget tradings. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned, UK used. Got a phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk out with an upgrade, a cashback, or both. Whether you shop in-store or online at obiwizi.com. That is obiwizi.com. Your guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service. Because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow on socials, on Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page, on TikTok at Obiwizi. Happy shopping!
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, Nigeria, we are back. In case you're just joining us, we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Also, you can listen to us on all our Nigeria Info FM channels across the country: Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. Same for our sister station, Kids FM, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. It's the Tournament of Champions, the day that you all have been waiting for. But first,
does life have meaning without religion? On one side, religion is the compass of humanity, anchor of morality, the source of solace, the thread that weaves life into purpose. Without it, she contends, existence drifts into emptiness, stripped of direction and deprived of divine meaning. On the other side stands Majesty, steady in opposition. He insists that meaning is not confined to the walls of temples, nor chained to creeds. Life, he argues, can be rich in purpose through love, legacy, reason, and human connection. That to tie meaning solely to religion is to deny the power of humanity to shape its own destiny. They have opened their conversations. Faith versus faith-free fraternity. Belief versus being. We now enter into the rebuttal rounds after their presentation, where they try to pick each other's points, each other's ideas apart. Maryann, let's go there.
And so we're switching places. We're coming to Majesty to start the rebuttals. Majesty, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Your 4 minutes starts now.
All protocols duly observed. I'm here to rebut my opponent's claims, reinforcing my stance opposing the motion that life is meaningless without religion. My co-debator stacked her claims like a house of cards, but a single gust of truth will bring it all crashing down. Let's dive in. She talked about moral ethics. My co-debater, when you see a woman walking on the streets who has dropped her purse, do you need to open a religious book to decide to help her? No, you don't. That is empathy, and that is human. Morality isn't centered on religion. If morality is truly centered on religion, then why the definition of morality changing in religion? Christianity once blessed slavery. Islam once applauded the jihadist movement. Were these things moral? These wars fought in the name of religion. My co-debater, statistics deny your claim. Transparency International Corruption Index report of 2022 reveals that most highly religious nations rank among the world's most corrupt, while countries like Sweden and Finland that have declining religious adherence top the chart for peace, justice, and equity. Highly religious nations are backsliding. This shows that morality is not handcuffed to religion. You also stated that you spoke on strong religious communities. My co-debater, bond strength. Community is not always about how spiritual it feels, but how the community actually helps when things go wrong. When Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans, secular communities, 80 volunteers, they rushed from different directions, different backgrounds to help. The Red Cross, Doctors Without Borders, secular communities, they feed children at the darkest parts of our world and treat total strangers. These are not spiritual communities. They are compassionate communities, and they give their all to service of humanity. My co-debater, when the Super Eagles are playing at AFCON or the FIFA World Cup, despite our religion as Nigerians, we come together to cheer, to sing, to shout a goal. That is unity, and it transcends the boundary of religion. You also spoke about legacy and the afterlife. But my co-debater, let me remind you that the topic of discussion is life is meaningless without religion. We are speaking of life here on earth. You are trying to say that those who live without religion, they do not live meaningful life. But me, I'm trying to say that those who live without religion live meaningful life because they find their own meaning through different areas, factors. Because we all have the power to define our own meaning, our own purpose. The legacy you spoke about, I have you know that atheists, people with secular beliefs, they make innovation and invention that you enjoy, yet you call their life meaningless. But how can you be benefiting from the fruits of their meaninglessness? That is contradictory. You enjoy innovation made by atheist scientists yesterday, yet you say that they lived meaningless lives. You also spoke on the angle of the infinite, that life gives people satisfaction and purpose. But my co-debater, did Adam have a religion? Did Abraham have a religion when he was called out? No, these people did not have a religion. Religion did not exist those days, yet they found their own meaning and their own purpose. When Marie Curie discovered radium, her purpose didn't get weaker, but it got amplified, because even after she died, her limited life gave birth to unlimited ripples of love, of healing, of knowledge. My co-debater wants us to believe that a teacher who spent 30 years impacting lives lives less meaningfully than a person who prays for 30 years yet touches not a single life. But go tell that to the thousands of students that teacher's love and passion has impacted. You also spoke that rewards of secular altruism are fleeting. But my co-debater, as I said earlier, you enjoy innovations. We all enjoy innovations, work, and legacy of people like Mahatma Gandhi, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Stephen Hawking. These people did not necessarily hold religious beliefs, yet their work, they left their feet on the sands of time. What they did, the legacy they made, immortalized them, and we are enjoying from what they did. That is meaning, my co-debater. You also spoke about, you said only religion makes people do what they normally do. As you later thank you, I rest my case.
Majesty's rebuttal rounds over. We will switch quickly to his opponent, Ifeoluwa, for her rebuttal round.
All right, Ifeoluwa, are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
I will begin by saying that true meaning must be coherent, universal, enduring, and resilient. And on that basis, on that test, every secular substitute collapses. Truth, you began by saying that truth must be explored. But where exactly are you exploring that truth from? Is it your scientific laws? Is it the standards that are already in place? Even they resort to religion. Only a higher power can give true insight. Science might explain the how, but only religion explains the why. Only religion gives you the insight into mysteries that you never even knew, even into questions that you never even knew you wanted to ask. Then you said religion religion does not give high life satisfaction, but even the few privileged, like all those Bill Gates, Warren Buffett that you mentioned, they experience existential crisis. And one way or the other, as long as they dwell in a society, they were raised by a parent, or they have a particular culture, then yes, they are religious, because religion is imbibed into our culture. It's imbibed into every culture in the world today. Furthermore, you said humanitarian heroes, that it gives them meaning. But even these people, it does not give them a sense of meaning, because even a good name from humanitarianism can be stained. Yes, they might feel a sense of satisfaction from helping somebody, but at a point, when they reach the point of death, what does it amount to? Even if they have a name, even if you still remember their name, that name can be stained at any point in time. Life after death is what religion is trying to is what religion mainly focuses on. It could be a second life, it could be reincarnation, it could be heaven, or whatever religion it is. Life after death is what religion focuses on. Furthermore, you said faith means frustration and happiness, but happiness is not ultimate meaning. It does not endure. In times of crisis, in times of suffering, in times of destruction, where does that happiness go? You see people now forcing themselves to commit suicide, falling into depression. But if they actually recognize that there's a higher power, and they see that these trials are actually tests, which religion brings a sense of it brings a coping mechanism that no secular structure can achieve. Furthermore, you said artistic souls, that they get their lyrics from imagination, but that is only momentary. It is only momentary. The comfort that they might receive from art is only momentary. What meaning does it really give? I said meaning must be coherent, universal, enduring, and resilient. And under that test, these points that you have made fall. Furthermore, you said human achievements that we make our own purpose, but that purpose is subjective. Purpose, meaning must be universal. What serves the rich people might not serve the poor people. What allows people to dwell or be able to survive in suffering will not allow the others to survive in chaos or other things. Furthermore, you said shared humanity, that volunteers in crisis, and a lot of them are non-religion, but culture and religion moves them to do it. And even if they get a sense of meaning from doing it, it is only fleeting. Only religion gives true meaning, so that they know that their efforts are actually threads that are woven into eternity. Furthermore, you said universal comfort from nature, but those are short-term. In trials, suffering, and other problems, it all falls away. Whatever comfort they might receive falls away at the end of the day. Then you said love gives meaning. But what about those that don't have family, those that don't have friends, those that are homeless, those that are living inside forests? If they can't find love, do you want to say that there's no point, there's no purpose for their living? But religion will give them meaning. Love cannot give them any form of meaning. Religion will give them a deeper sense of meaning that no other secular structure or secular civic structure can provide. Furthermore, you said empathy is you talk about empathy, that people have it even without religion, but empathy is not human. Laws, culture, tradition, they all stem, that is where empathy stems from. And where do they come from? Religion. We are taught to always help people. We are taught to always help somebody in need or give to the homeless, not because our culture says so. Where did the culture get it from? Religion. It takes references from various laws, not just the ones in countries, but religious laws as well. Then he said no secular civic structure can unify like religion, but over 84% of the world is religious. Are you saying that those people don't have meaning? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The rebuttal rounds are officially over. Well done, Ifeoluwa, and well done, Majesty. Only one final task remains for both of you now.
And that obviously is the closing argument.
We'll find out what you do in those closing arguments right after this timeout.
the Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
If you are hungry for Nigerian flavor, step into Janla Foods, where every bite tastes like home. From fresh sizzling seafood to hearty soup, from smoky jollof rice to mouth-watering swallow and sides, we serve it fresh, we serve it local, and we serve it delicious. We are cooking for you every day at number 45B Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4 in Abuja, and at number 37 Body Thomas Street, opposite Access Bank in Lagos, and of course at number 40 Fola Oshibo Road, Lekki Phase 1. Follow the taste on Instagram at ejanla.ng. That is at ejanla.ng. Ejanla Foods, your taste buds will thank you.
I'm indescribably glad to be back. Don't know about you, Maryann.
I've been sleeping with one eye open, just waiting for today's competition. And I don't think that we have been let down so far.
Aye. So what a clash it has been so far. In the presentation round, Ifeoluwa built her case with conviction, declaring that religion is the heartbeat of human existence, a compass of morality, and the anchor of purpose. Majesty countered with equal fire, asserting that meaning is not confined to creeds, that love, legacy, and reason can carry life's weight without reliance on religion. The rebuttal round only sharpened the divide. Majesty pressed that humanity has always found meaning through art, science, and shared humanity, proving that purpose thrives beyond belief, while Ifeoluwa struck back, asserting that without faith, morality falters and emptiness follows. Now it all comes down to the final act, the closing round. Here, both debaters must weave their arguments into one last symphony of persuasion. Their words must not only convince, but resonate. Their task? To leave us not just impressed, but moved. The end of this third place battle draws near, people. So let the closing rounds, let the closing arguments begin, Maryann.
Yes. And then we're switching parts again. This time, Ifeoluwa begins the closing arguments. Ifeoluwa, are you ready? All right. You have 3 minutes, and your time starts now.
Every compass points somewhere. Every map has its north. Strip away that north, the road still remains, but it no longer leads. And that is the truth of human existence without religion, motion without direction, survival without significance, and life without meaning. From the first handprints on cave walls to the whispers of prayers in refugee camps today, humanity has always reached beyond itself, not for luxury, not for decoration, but because survival without transcendence is unbearable. Religion is not just accessory. It is a framework that gives life meaning. To imagine meaning without religion is to imagine a compass that has no north, an object that spins but has no guide. So how should we judge this debate? We've given you a clear standard: coherence, endurance, and resilience. And under that test, every secular substitute collapses, but religion endures. First, coherence. Art, science, love. Beautiful, yes, but fragments, not frameworks. They can enchant us in moments, but they never answer the ultimate question, which is why. Only religion can pick up these fragments and weave them into a whole. Love becomes sacred. Art becomes transcendence, and science becomes stewardship. Civilizations from the Nile to the Indus to the Andes all recognize that only religion gives true, logical, consistent meaning. Second, enduring. Empires can collapse. Economies can collapse. Industries can burn. Ideologies can fade. But only religion can withstand the test of time. From famines to fire, from exiles to earthquakes, only religion stands. From parents to child, from heart to heart. Across millenniums, only religion still stands because it has meaning that does not die. Humanity flickers with fashion and legacies can fade and new ones can be rebuilt, but religion still stands. Third, resilience. Even in times of crisis, a child dies, when industries collapse, when nations burn, secular meaning might falter. They can tell you, go find your own meaning. But that's like rubbing salt on a wound. But religion redeems this suffering by creating a cosmic order. Trials become tests. Death becomes transition. And even injustice can become justice eternal. Why do you think the whispers in prison cells, in hospital wards, even in refugee camps, all show that they find meaning, they find endurance, they find a sense of hope, even in times of suffering? So let's weigh the clash. The opposition claims that meaning can be secular, yes, but fragments, and fragments fall under pressure. I can have my own meaning, is what they might say, but that's luxury for the comfortable. Try saying that to a mother that is being forced to bury her own child. Say that to the farmers that are staring into drought. Say that to the refugees that are crossing the ocean. That cannot stand. Religion can be abused, yes, but that opposition is not essential to the faith. It's a betrayal of it. Should we say discard love because it can lead to obsession? Or should we say abolish laws because those laws can lead to tyranny? Without religion, we exist, but with religion, we actually live. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ay, ay, ay. What a closing argument. How do you top that? But we have Majesty on the other side. Let's observe Majesty do his closing.
Majesty, you have 3 minutes and your time starts now.
Critics like my co-debater spoke on eternity heavily, failing to understand that this topic demands we debate life is meaningless without religion. If what you say truly holds water, then go spend the rest of your life in a church, since meaning is truly tied to religion. Honorable judges and esteemed audience, when the dust of argument settles, the final simple question that remains is, does life truly collapse into meaninglessness without religion? The answer, as I have proven, is a resounding no. When a child takes his first steps, when an artist paints beauty, when a teacher sparks curiosity in young minds, when a doctor saves a life, are these acts meaningless simply because they are done by non-religious people? In fact, what is meaning? Meaning is that child who dreams of saving his country. Meaning is that soul that dies to save another. We all have the power to define our own meaning, our own purpose. Picture a firefighter running into a burning building, not for a divine reward, but because the value of another human life is worth taking the ultimate risk. Imagine a musician pouring his soul into a melody, not to give glory to a higher power, but to simply share a piece of his own humanity. In these instances, meaning is defined beyond religion. I reaffirm that non-religious people live highly satisfactory lives. That morality is not exclusive to religion. People find their own meaning through artistic beauty, human achievement, compassion, and many other factors. I also stated that love gives life meaning beyond religion. For these reasons, meaning is not born from religion alone, but also through other works of life. When Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, was that meaningless because he did not discover it in a temple? When Nelson Mandela fought for the freedom of South Africa, spending 27 years in prison, was that meaningless because his sacrifice was not done in a pulpit? We all know the truth. These acts were not meaningless. I'm not saying that religion is irrelevant. No, far from it. Religion has meaning. But to say that those who live without it live meaningless lives is to shrink the vastness of human experience into one narrow corner. Religion is a path to meaning, but it's not the only one. As we come to a close in this pivotal debate, let me remind us that to support the motion is to erase meaning in billions of lives. It is to tell 1.2 billion people that their lives, their work, their sacrifices are meaningless. It is to declare the laughter of their children empty, their contributions void, and their humanity worthless. But to oppose this motion is simply just to reaffirm what your conscience already whispers, that life truly is not meaningless without religion. I end with this lyrical piece. Look into a mother's eyes when her child takes his first breath. The artist who paints beauty, the voice that says I'm here, the stranger who always stops to help. Their meaning burns crystal clear. For every tear of joy we cried, for every time we accomplished something big, meaning was not far from us. It lived within us. This is the voice of Joseph Majesty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Brilliant. Personified both ways. That was Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe, 15 years of age. SS3, now SS3 student of Government Day Secondary School, Karu, Abuja. Before him, Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College, both champions of their regional finals, Lagos 2 and Abuja. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go into the scorecards. All right, Lagos. The voices have spoken, and the arguments have been laid bare. Ifeoluwa lifted the torch of faith, declaring religion the wellspring of meaning, morality, and hope. Her words echoing the conviction of countless generations who see life's purpose as divinely rooted. Majesty, with equal fire, stood against, affirming that meaning can be found in human love, legacy, and the pursuit of truth. That purpose need not be borrowed from belief, but built by the choices of men and women. It was more than a debate. It was a journey through the very question of existence. Both contenders fighting with pride and passion, refusing to bow even at the twilight of the tournament. But now, the verdict must be given. One will claim the bronze, the third place, and the other will depart with honor. Yet, both leave this stage having etched their voices into the soul of this season of the debate. Soon, you'll hear the judges' verdicts. Let's start first off, though, with coach and judge Yvonne Ohaifo's take on their performance.
I will say that was very riveting. Well done, both of you, Ifeoluwa and Majesty. I'm sure it was a difficult topic to debate considering your faith, but you both did a wonderful job. Well done. I'll start with you, Majesty. When you speak of something that isn't a fact, always use the subjunctive. You say it subjunctively. So here's an instance. When you say, if life was so meaningless, why blah 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 blah, right? We all know that life is not as meaningless, right? You were trying to say, okay, if it were so, if it was that bad, in quotes, then why is this happening? Always use the subjunctive mood. So you should have said, if life were so meaningless. It's the same thing we say. It's the same way you would say, if I were bad, I would deal with you. You are not bad, right? It's just you're not stating a fact. You're just saying something hypothetical. So when making hypothetical statements, always use the subjunctive mood, and that means you use the verb were as opposed to was. Okay, if life were so meaningless, then go on to say what you want to say. You also say purpose, not purpose. Purpose. The second part is not pose, it is pus. It's a short vowel there, okay? So you say purpose, not purpose. You also say adherence, not adherence. Adherence, okay? And then you say Marie Curie, not Marie Curie. Please, she's not a spice, my darling. Marie Curie, okay? That's how you say her name, Marie Curie. Then you leave your footprints on the sands of time. Not leave your foot on the sand. They left their foot on the sands of time. You leave imagine leaving your feet on the sands. So you walk around legless, without legs. So you leave your footprints on the sands of time. You also say irrelevant, not irrelevant. Irrelevant, okay? Also say earth and say truth. Truth, earth. And to you, Ifeoluwa, it is tyranny, not tyranny. Tyranny. Okay? Say tyranny. Say unbearable, not unbearable. It is bear. I cannot bear to see this happen. Not I cannot bear it. Except you're referring to the drink. You're even too young to try that out. Okay? So you say bear, not beer. It is unbearable, not unbearable. The few privileged, not the few privileged. Okay? Two things. Privilege is a noun. Privileged is also a noun. One refers to the opportunity, the other refers to people born with privilege. Also note it is privilege, not privilege. Okay, privilege. So it's a privilege to be here, okay, and that makes you privileged. Do you see the difference? Wonderful. You also say mechanism, not mechanism, mechanism, and say cohesion, not cohesion, cohesion. Okay? Well done to both of you. And I do not want to say may the best debater win, because you both have been phenomenal. Well done, lady and gentleman. Over to you, lady and gentleman.
Thank you, Yvonne.
All right. Just to make sure that the judges are all in tandem, could we please have confirmation that we can go ahead and announce the scores? All right. I've been asked to hesitate. So I did say that at the end of the day, and I'm going to, Sheriff will kill me for what I'm going to say. Usually the prizes are for first, second, and third. I must insist on the prize for the fourth place finisher. I must insist. So we must make it happen. And as we've all said in the build-up, remember, at this stage of the competition, we said earlier on, Maryann, remember that all these 16 kids who converged here in Lagos for this debate were champions in their own ways.
In their own rights, yes.
Because they were the top of the pile in each of their respective regional finals.
Yes.
And when we came here into the semi-final, the four remaining contestants were the actual champions of each of those. Of
all of the people we brought
of those four
yes.
Regional finals.
Champions.
Yes. And you'd argue that, they had earned something from their regional, but every one of these four is entitled to a prize, and would make absolutely certain of it. Let's confirm that we are good to go. All right, we'll take a break. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll throw ourselves into the results of this debate.
The vision at Christian schools is to be at the forefront in the private education sector and to nurture the children to become all they can be through quality all-round education from kindergarten to tertiary levels has been fulfilled as Christian Schools Limited has spread out, not just in terms of multiple locations, but now covers all tiers of education from cradle to tertiary levels. Christian boasts of a standalone nursery school, 7 nursery and primary schools, 7 secondary schools, a sixth form college, and a world-class university, arguably the best educational conglomerate in Nigeria.
Chrisland Nursery School in VGC is located at 0 to 1A and 3D Road 9, Victoria Garden City, VGC, Abuja, Lagos. You can call 0817-201-3114 or 0802-342-1214. Chrisland Primary School VGC is located at K6A Road 3, Victoria Garden City in Abuja, Lagos. Now you can call 0817-201-3145 or 0802-336-9900 or 0145-40221.
Obiwizi, Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadgets trade-ins. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned. Got a phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk out with an upgrade, a cashback, or both. Whether you shop in store or online at obiwizi.com, that is obiwizi.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service. Because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow us on Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page and on TikTok at Obiwizi.
Hungry for that real Nigerian flavor? Step into Ejala Foods, where every bite tastes like home. From fresh sizzling seafood to hearty soups, from smoky jollof rice to mouth-watering swallow and sides, we serve it fresh, we serve it local, and we serve it delicious. We're cooking for you every day at 45B Suze Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. 37 Bode Thomas Street, Surulere opposite Access Bank. Number 40 Fola Osibo Road, Lekki Phase 1. Follow the taste on Instagram at ejala.ng. Ejala Foods, your taste buds will thank you.
Have indication we can proceed with the announcement of the score sheets. Here's how this third place final debate has been decided. For the presentation round, from Judge Ikechi, Ifeoluwa 10, Majesty 9. From Judge Majid, Ifeoluwa 9, Majesty 10. From Judge Ufoma, Ifeoluwa 10, Majesty 8. From Chief Judge Chike, Ifeoluwa 10, Majesty 9. It's 39 to Ifeoluwa and 36 to Majesty at this point. Bringing us to the second round, the rebuttal round. From Judge Ikechi, it's Ifeoluwa 9, Majesty 10. From Judge Majid, Ifeoluwa 9, Majesty 10. From Judge Ufoma, it's a tie, 10-10. From Judge Chike, it's a tie, 10-10. So it's 38 points to Ifeoluwa and 40 to Majesty. Ifeoluwa's 3-point lead from round 1 has been cut by 2. She holds a 1-point lead as we go into the final round. For the closing round, from Judge Ikechi, it is Ifeoluwa 10, Majesty 10. From Judge Majid, it is Ifeoluwa 8, Majesty 10. From Judge Ufoma, it is Ifeoluwa 9.5, Majesty 10. For Chief Judge Chike, it's a tie. 10-10. Majesty leads the closing round by 40 to 37.5 points, meaning he's overturned his deficit to lead in the closing round by 1.5 points. That's 116 to 114.5. Taking us to diction scoring. Diction, Judge Yvonne gives 10 marks to Ifeoluwa. And 10 marks to Majesty for your winner by split decision. Congratulations, Government Day Secondary School, Karu, Abuja's Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe. Well done, Majesty. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
You finished third. Well done. Ifeoluwa, well done. Brilliant debate. Brilliant closing. Brilliant opening round 2. The rebuttal, well, this and that. And I also think you ran out of time. I'm not sure. But well done.
Well done, Ifeoluwa. Well done.
Well done.
It was well fought.
Well done.
If I were a judge, it would have been difficult for me to choose, but thank God I'm not a judge.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's heartbreaking for me to see anyone lose in this competition at this point, because all of you are champions. All of you are champions. Congratulations.
Okay.
Even though
you can take heart by the fact that you won it slightly on the cards of 2 of the judges. Slightly. You lost it on one card, and one card was a tie. It was just the variables. It was just the numbers. I think your rebuttal round was a little, just a little bit of the, because you lost it on 2 cards, you tied it on 2.
That's what was wrong with my rebuttal.
Huh?
That's what was wrong with the rebuttal.
Well, not that anything was wrong. Sometimes it's not about what you do. It's just what the opposition does.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Sometimes it's what the opposition does. In terms of the strength of their rebuttals, I can't say anything was wrong, but the fact that all 4 judges, none of them gave you the edge in the rebuttal round, shows that maybe your opponent did a little more. Okay? So 2, it was a tie for 2, and he won it in 2. Okay? And in the end, it was, in fact, the margin by which he won it was more than the margin by which he won the entire contest. Was, you understand, he won the rebuttal round by 2 points and he won the contest by 1.5, meaning you had done just enough to offset. Your closing was glorious. I thought there was no comeback for Majesty. But to be honest with you, I'm not one of the judges, but just sitting, I was really surprised where he took it. It's like both of you took it to levels where the worst thing you could be on a day like this would be a judge. You understand?
Yeah, and I do not envy the judges, I must say. But
Yeah.
Congratulations to both of you. You did amazingly well. Well done.
Congratulations. I can tell you that for this regional final, you will go home with 250,000 naira.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
okay? And some add-ons. All right? Well done, darling. Well done, darling.
Well, let's say thank you to Femi for making this happen. Thank you, Femi. Congratulations.
And you will go home with 500,000 naira, Majesty.
Congratulations.
And, well, I can also tell you that green-colored Green Lion Adventure smartwatch is all yours for the keeping. Well done. Ever used a smartwatch? Yeah, you'll use a better one this time. Well done.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll take a break. When we come back,
The finals will begin.
The final.
In earnest.
yeah, good Lord.
If you are hungry for Nigerian flavor, step into a Janla Foods where every bite
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's